Managing my disability in a day-to-day life is different, and I don't so much as do anything, I just take it here as it comes. If my voices play up, I do my best to stay calm and in control.
It depends on which day it is. Due to the way the syndrome works, the pain levels can be different, weather can affect it, there's a lot of different things that impact it, so that varies and changes.
I like to manage my disability by staying mentally well. I guess you could say that whole act, belong, commit thing, it really does work, but most people that meet me on a day-to-day basis wouldn't say that I've got a disability of any kind.
Do I need help? I'm meant to, but I find it doesn't work for me. I get help through my friends.
Well, I need help through my budget, and that's it really. Yeah, I don't need any help. I do everything by myself.
Generally, no. There is medical interventions that I require. When my pain levels are very high or I'm very tired, then within my own home is when I can need assistance.
Does my disability stop me from travelling? No.
I'm with you.
I am forward in Bumby.
Well, there is a few risks with travelling. I can't travel on planes or trains, but I can travel in my van.
Yes. Yeah, my disability does stop me, yeah.
Do I like music? I didn't used to. Then I found that it calms the voices. So I have a constant stream of music playing when I'm at home.
I like dancing.
I really love music. I love to sing, I love to dance. And I'm a party girl, so that's, yeah.
Yeah, Abba.
Can I understand everything that happens around me? Most of the time. And when I'm in control, yes. If my voices get out, there are times when I don't remember stuff.
One of the things that comes along with fibromyalgia is what they call fibrofog, where our thought processes are actually, foggy. They can be slowed down. It can be harder for us to learn and retain information.
Well, I have family and friends around me, and I've got a few friends here, and my parents, they're all around me, they're always got my back.
I think that has been a wonderful thing about my mental health diagnosis, is that I've really learned to stop and think about the people around me and what's going on in the world around me.
Does it annoy me? Yes. Yes, it's very annoying. And recently I lost a weekend. I went to sleep on a Friday night, I woke up on a Monday morning.
I feel that it's held me back from being able to achieve things that I might otherwise have been able to achieve, both physically and intellectually.
My disability annoys me, yes, that's true. And well, my disability is quite hard sometimes. I was born with Down syndrome and I couldn't stop that.
At first it was annoying in the sense that it impacted on everything that I did. People around me would question, why I was doing things. Have you taken your meds? Do you need to go see your counsellor? Are you suicidal? Are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? All that questioning.
Does it stop me from doing things I love? I try and not let it. And if it does, boo for that, I'll do it anyway.
When my pain levels are high, it's difficult to be able to participate to the level that you want to be able to participate.
No, definitely not. No. No, my disability is not quite me.
It has stopped me from being able to pursue certain life paths that I wanted to take, like when I wanted to join the armed forces, I was knocked back based on the bipolar diagnosis.
Yes, is it okay to ask about my disability? Yes, I welcome the questions. And it gives me a chance to explain things.
Because it's unseen. And not just with myself, but with other people with unseen disabilities. I think we get very good at masking it. We get very good at pretending we're okay.
I'm very confident with telling people about my disabilities, and I will be alright if you ask about my disabilities.
In some people, yes, they do, but most of them don't.
A lot of people are very open to talk about depression, but there's still so much stigma attached to other mental illnesses like bipolar and borderline personality disorder and schizophrenia and things like that. So the more people ask questions, and obviously, you know, being sensitive and thoughtful in your questions, you know, the better.
Does my disability stop me from taking part in events and programs? No. I try and not let it. If it starts getting to be a problem, I'll take a step back and a breather and then come back straight back to it.
Once again, depending on the day, if I commit to a volunteer event in some way, I will add to it a word of caution that if I'm having a particularly painful day, I may not be able to either attend or perform to the level that I would like to be able to.
It's very much a hidden disability, and once it's managed, you know, like just about nothing can stop you.
Can I eat and drink normal food? Yes, I can. And that is one of my favourite parts of the day.
Along with the syndrome comes a various range of digestive issues and allergies. So normal, gluten-free, yes.
Yes, I do. I love to eat, I love to drink and...
So is my disability contagious? No, it really isn't. But I will say it is if you start to annoy me.
Yeah, my disability is not contagious, yeah.
I think being stuck around a mentally unwell person, it can rub off to an extent, but not in the sense that it's contagious.
Yes, I would like to work, and it is very hard to find a job. Very hard.
Yes, I do want to work because the socialisation aspect can really make a huge difference to someone.
Yeah, it's really hard to find a job for me because I'm disability and they don't actually get me another job.
So working with a disability and trying to find work when you've been labelled as having a disability, but particularly a mental illness, fortunately it's something that you can hide, and you don't want to have to hide it and you don't want to have to lie, but from my own experience, there are times where you don't tell people that, you know, I've got a diagnosis of bipolar.
So my hobbies are video games and playing Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder. And no, my disability does not affect that at all. They enjoy it too.
My hobbies now actually involve a lot of fine motor skills, which has been a very deliberate action on my behalf. Fibromyalgia is partly neurological based, and there's other neurological issues that have come along with it. So I've got into creating craft to use those fine motor skills for brain health.
In the past, like having something that affects your mood does tend to affect what your hobbies are. With the bipolar borderline personality, kind of one of the traits is that you tend to have a short attention span and jump between things a lot, so that does affect what my hobbies are.
Well, my hobbies is quite different because my hobbies I like to do nail painting, I do makeup, and my disability is not. My disability is great for that.
What I would like the community to understand about having mental illness as a disability is that just because the label is there, it doesn't mean that it is going to affect us every day or for the rest of our lives. You know, our situation changes. It's, you know, I could, you know, regress and lose the plot, I guess you could say, again, but there's every chance that I'm not going to. And it'd be really nice if people could not assume the worst all the time.
The voices in my head, they don't stop. The only time they really stop is when they sleep. Even then, it's usually one or two of them at a time. And so I'm constantly struggling with hearing other people talk and trying to get my point across as they want to try and say something at the same time. So that's one thing I struggle with.
That shop, that doesn't have a ramp either. Yeah, so Zaniacs is my favourite shop. They've built a ramp. But what I'm trying to get to is they don't have a proper ramp.
Take into account that it may not be a deliberate action. Don't judge them that they're lazy or not competent or whatever your thought process. Look at them and ask.
Well, I do like to see them, but my disability is quite different. I don't like them to see my face all the time, because it's not me. It's not. Yeah, it's not good for them, and it's not good for me. And I don't like people who stare at me, because it's not really nice.
Well, I'd like to share that I do have spina bifida and a VP shunt.